I kept hearing from, from business leaders that they're not sure where they're going. Or they would say things like, Bobby, I want you to come in and fix my people. And the truth is, and this is what I have to very delicately show them to look in the mirror, and that they're the ones that need to be fixed. But it requires a new way of thinking. And there is a big chunk of that True North business book. We had this, it was called On and In. Part of our culture is we actually had a physical button, and we even had t-shirts that had the words on and in. Mm-hmm. Now, our people clearly understood what that meant. I mean, we were even ways of teaching frontline people how to work on the business while they're working in the business. Mm. And that was the point about teaching leaders is, how do you do that? How do you work on the business while you're working in the business? Because what I found is this is amazing, 85% or up to 90% of business owners, leaders, entrepreneurs are working in the business as hard as they can go every day. It's just the tactical action steps, bang, 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 but their life is not fulfilled. It lacks meaning and purpose. And so that's the reason why I want to come beside, Christian business leaders is my main audience, is to help them learn how to work on the business. And it starts with to grow you, then you grow your people, then you can grow your business. But most of them are focused on, I got to go to work every day to grow my business. Mm-hmm. I need results. And their employees are constantly hearing, give me more money, give me more money. Now, he or she are not saying that, but that's what they hear. Mm-hmm. One of the things that's kind of a change in a mindset is, I finally, for myself, I learned, this is part of the School of Hard Knocks, is instead of focusing on results, I learned how to focus on the people that gave me results. And I went to, this is part of our culture, I went to great lengths. This ties back to the servant leadership. I went to great lengths to develop our people on who they were becoming. Because I learned that it was like me being able to multiply myself, not just by addition, but to multiply myself through our people. And the people gave me the results I was always looking for, that I struggled for years to look for. Wow. That's the reason why we were between 2005 and 2011, and you know what the economy was doing in late 07, 08, 09, 2010. I mean, it was in the tank. Yeah. And, you being in the real estate business, you might have been impacted, and you might have had other people that were being impacted. But even at that, during that time period, our revenue grew over 500%, and our profits grew over 500%.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I contributed a lot, had to do with our culture. And so that's, I may have gave you more than you were looking for there, but.
No, that's really good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome. And I think the way we kind of started this out, I think you are a big people person, and you talk about teams, and kind of one of your taglines is empowering teams. You help leaders build empowered teams. I think that's on your website. And so that's kind of like the mindset shift, but it starts with the leader. What do you think it is about leaders that Why do they have a problem with that, about looking in the mirror and starting there? Like they always think it's something, an exterior thing that they need to fix. What do you think that is?
Well, it's almost goes back to, talking about being the boss's son.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I behave like a boss's son, it's like, hey, I'm the boss's son. I'm in charge. I'll tell you what to do, even though I don't know what to do around here.
Right. That's
you
true.
know, and I find so many of leaders is they want to go to their employees and tell,
Mm-hmm.
rather than ask questions and listen. We even have another physical button called AQL. That's ask questions and listen. And so, if I can tie back to this servant leadership, this is kind of part of our culture. This goes even way back in. It started out in the I'd say about the mid '80s. That our company, like other companies, and we still had one, like the traditional organization chart. It had me at the top and leadership team and all of supervisors and so forth, which you have to have for people to understand roles and responsibilities. Um, but if you think about their traditional organization chart, it tells all the employees you're here to serve who? The guy at the top.
Yeah.
But what I did, I took that organization chart and turned it upside down. And I put me at the bottom, and I took on the role. It was my responsibility to serve and develop and equip the leadership team. It was their role to serve and equip and develop, supervisors all the way up to the top of the organization.
I love that.
And at the very top, but beyond the frontline people, was the customer. Because we, like in your business, unless we are serving the customer, we're not going to last very long.
Mm-hmm.
But I even above that put Jesus Christ at the top of that.
I was just thinking about that because obviously he quotes all the time that there's multiple times in the Bible where he talks about that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. I think he kind of did that, right, in your organization.
Yeah, there's a foundation verse, if I might share, that was part of our company. I brought it in, and our employees heard me cover this. I mean, we shut down our company at least 4 times a year. 3 of them were state of the company address, like where we've been, where we are now, where we're going. And but there was one we would shut down the company for a whole half a day. And this sounds expensive, and it was, but we would bring out a theme for the upcoming year. But the key verse that was foundational, going back to 92, actually, it's Colossians 3:23 and 24. And what it says, whatever you do. Now, to me, when it says whatever you do, it means exactly whatever you do. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's at work or with your family or at church or out on the soccer field, or you're at the convenience store, or walking through Target or Walmart or or Costco, wherever you live. It's whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart. And our employees heard me say that excellence is not a sometime thing, it's an all-time thing. And it goes on to say, as working for the Lord. Our employees knew that when they came to work every day, because they heard me say this, that you came to work for a higher purpose other than coming to work for Bobby Albert. And it goes on to say, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. And this next one is a key verse. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. So in other words, this is the reason why we had this upside down organization chart, is that at the top was Jesus Christ. Because when they came to work every day, they came to work for the Lord Jesus Christ, not Bobby Albert. And I think when I sold a company, if you came around and just talked to employees, just walking around and talk, they would talk with you as though they own the company and not Bobby Albert.
Wow.
And you can't buy that stuff.
No. And that's where you multiply yourself and empower teams, and it's fulfilling, right? You have your purpose. I mean, changing people's lives, right? It's about the culture. It's about the loyalty, and obviously you had that, and now you're instilling in other leaders to help build their culture in their companies. Thank you so much for checking out the Brett Snodgrass channel. If you like this video, please slam on that like button, and if you really like it, then subscribe to our channel here. And remember to leave us a comment below, and I'm going to try my hardest to reply to all the comments. Thank you guys so much. This is why I do what I do. Every single week I come out with content that focuses on success, freedom, and living out your purpose. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.